Good morning and welcome to my channel. My name is Christina and I like to colour. Um, I decided to do this video because I don't know why. A few days ago, Saturday, on Saturday, I was told that I have invasive, aggressive breast cancer. That's all I know right now. Still going through all the tests, all the staging stuff, all that type of stuff. I just wanted to let everyone know. That's why I haven't been pushing out a whole lot of videos this week, because I've kind of been crying, I guess you could say. Yeah, I was crying because, well, they've all said I'm young for this to happen. Obviously, there's younger people than me, but I'm young for this to happen. I have no history of it, no family history of it that I know of. Back in the day, they may not have tested properly. I don't know. But as far as I know, no one in my family has it. But it's got to start somewhere, doesn't it, I suppose? Uh, so I went for I was sore on my left side, just down the left side. And so in November, I went for a mammogram and ultrasound. And they came back with something saying there's something, but we don't know if it's something. It could be something, it's maybe not something. So check again in 6 months. So in 4 months, I went back to my GP and got a referral for the mammogram and the ultrasound, because it took 2 months to get in to the mammogram and ultrasound in November, or before November. And I rang up and they said now the wait in Harvey Bay, where I am, is over a year for a mammogram and an ultrasound. And I couldn't get in anywhere. The Fraser Coast, it was all over a year, which is disgusting. It's disgusting. If I had have decided to wait, then that could have been my death sentence. Still, I'm still a few months late getting the scan because I still had to wait. So, yeah, I ended up calling the big city, Brisbane, and getting an appointment just last week. So instead of the 6 months, it was almost 9. And that wasn't on me. I tried. I mean, I could have flown down to Melbourne, I suppose, and gotten one almost immediately, according to my sister. Tis what it is. I didn't do that. Anyway, I got the mammogram and they use contrast, which they don't use here in Harvey Bay. So maybe that's another reason why the first one, they didn't know what they were looking at. But they use contrast. And yes, with contrast, you feel like you peed yourself. I have never squeezed my bladder so hard in my life, because I was sitting there and then all of a sudden got this horrible taste, and then it just went down and it all accumulated right there and it got so hot. And I thought, oh my God, I'm peeing myself. But I wasn't. Thank God. But I held my bladder. I held my bladder very tight. Don't you worry about that. And anyway, I had the mammogram, which, tis what it is. And then I sit down and wait. And then I go in to get the ultrasound, and she goes and talks to the doctor after she says she's done. She just wants to double check. And then the doctor comes in and says they've found something and they want to do sizing and do a biopsy. Now, I don't live in Brisbane, and they wanted to do the biopsy the next day, and I said, I can't come back. I've got kids, I can't come back. So I have to do it here in the Bay. And they said, no, it's best if we do it right now. And so they did. They got me in and they took like 5 or 6 samples, and they put like this little ring on it to identify it in future mammograms, or if you have to have operation. And then the Friday afternoon, which is bad when you get a phone call on the Friday afternoon just before 5, and the doctor says, I need you to come in urgently on Saturday. On a Saturday. Here in Harvey Bay? No, no. So I knew it wasn't going to be awesome. I just didn't think I would hear those two words, invasive and aggressive. Um, so right now I'm waiting on a hormone test, which tells you how they treat it basically. If it's hormone, if it's fed by hormones, then they give you hormone blocking thing. Otherwise, you have to do other stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I know nothing. I came home on a Saturday and basically cried all day, and on Sunday as well. Um, yeah, that I get sad, but I'm just trying to ignore it. Um, just trying to until I know what it is, what's going on. But it does look like if there's anything they can do, then it's not going to be a fun 6 to 12 months, I suppose you could say. But it is what it is. Um, I say a lot, don't I? And I apologize for the mess on my desk. That's my desk. I am not a I'm not a clean artist. I'm not. I still haven't picked up that mess on the floor. So yeah, tomorrow I have a CT staging scan, which I need the contrast dye again, which will be fun. And that goes to the specialist who I see next week. So hopefully the results are back, but not in Harvey Bay. They won't be back. They won't be back for weeks. They're not very fast here because here has a lot of old people, and I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say Harvey Bay is not the greatest for medical help. Let me put it that way. I mean, if I had waited a year or over a year for the ultrasound and the mammogram, oh, I probably would be the worst case scenario. I would be. But as it is, hopefully, maybe, I don't know. But the words invasive and aggressive don't give you a whole lot of confidence. But I'm not going to just lay down and say, "Here, take me." I'll do whatever they say. To an extent, I'll do whatever they say. I may lose my hair, which yeah, it grows back, doesn't it? Um, but yeah, I just wanted to let you know that that's the reason why this week I haven't been the greatest at videos. I am just trying to keep going and keep coloring, but sometimes it's hard to distract myself because I don't know. That's what I hate. I don't know what it is. Like, is it everywhere? Just is it everywhere? Is it just there? Is it just there and there? And just tell me. But they can't tell me until I've had all the tests, until the tests have been looked at. But I just want to know. If you know what I mean? I just want to know. So yeah. So that's kind of what's difficult. As soon as I know and I have a plan, then I'll be able to focus more. But right now, I'm just constantly thinking worst case scenario, constantly thinking what's going to happen, constantly thinking all this. People are being nice to me, which you think would be all right, but I mean, it's nice, but it's also makes you realize that something's wrong. There's been a lot of people being nice, and that's scary. I'd rather people just be normal, if you know what I mean. got people saying I love you at the end of phone calls when they never said that before. Um, yeah. Anyway, I just thought I would let you know why I haven't done a great deal of colouring this July, because this has been going on. I mean, this has only been going on this week, but I've had it in my mind for a little bit, and then to actually have it happen, I was shocked, actually, to be honest, because I got a mark cut off there. They thought it might be skin cancer. It was just sun damage. So I was like, yay. Got my tongue looked at, and he said that there's nothing really there anymore. So that was yay. I did the bowel cancer test, which you get here in Queensland when you're 45 and over. I didn't know that. I'm really and that came back negative. So I was like, oh, you know, what the, I'm on a roll. Yay. And then I thought I just got to get this mammogram and ultrasound done, and then I'm done checking out, doing all the what's that word when you get your car? The service, getting all the service done. I was getting it all done. And then somebody threw a rock at me and just I knew something was bad when they were going to do the biopsy immediately, and people kept sitting down with me and talking to me. And, I'm fine with just sitting there all by myself, but they just kept sitting down and talking to me like maybe this person needs sympathy. And I was kind of thinking, uh-oh, what's going on? But, didn't. I didn't believe it would be what it is, but it is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to keep colouring because that's what makes me happy. I'm probably not going to clean up my room because I'm a messy slob. In here I am. In a lot of places I am. But I work better with mess. So all those pencils there, they're the pencils I just used for the Catwoman Jewel Thief. So I didn't do a background on her because I just couldn't focus on doing a background. So I just coloured her in. I did really want her black, but I couldn't get the black. Couldn't get it to look good with the black over skin without making it just look like solid colour. So yeah. Anyway, um, yeah, that's it. That's my fun week. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get back to editing a video, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you for watching. Bye.